So it looks like it's dark enough now that it's come on. Look how much light it puts out now. This is on full power, full brightness. Look at that. That's pretty bright. I had to turn this sideways here to peel off the plastic, but then I realized how nice this is. I mean, look at that angle you can get on there. If you really want to get a good angle, so you can really adjust these just how you want them. I got these dusk till dawn motion sensor lights sent to me to make a video about. They're not going to come on yet because it's not dark enough, but if you cover up the sensor, then you can get them to come on so you can see how bright they are. They get pretty bright. And then you can also adjust the angles. These got nice hinges on them, so you can adjust the angles and then just cover up the sensor. But once it gets dark, then they'll come on. So yeah, you can see how nice these are. It's got 3 rows of LEDs. You can see what all these LEDs look like. There's also an on-off button. You can just push the button 3 times to go through the different settings, and then a 4th time to turn it off. So if you don't have the remote, you can push these buttons. But yeah, look at the angle here. I got it facing straight down. So this thing's pretty nice. It can go all different kinds of angles. But you can see it has a really nice hinge on there. And then you can adjust it just how you want. So here's the directions with the different modes. We got our on-off on the remote or on that button on the back of the light. And then you got a mode 1, 2, and 3. So it says right here that a mode 1 is at night. The light automatically turns on when motion is detected. And then mode 2, at night, the light stays dim by default. When motion is detected within 3 to 5 meters, it switches full brightness. And then mode 3, at night, the light stays on at full brightness and automatically turns off at dawn. So I'm going to go ahead and test it out. When you push the different mode button, you know it's working because you'll see the lights flicker. Then you know you've changed the mode. So there it is on mode 1. I'll walk up to it and then we'll see when it comes on. All right, it's got me detected. So that's really nice. Now I can go ahead and put everything away here and see what I'm doing. I just went back inside and it shut off. So we'll walk back up to it. And now it turned on. I'm going to go to mode 2 now. All right, it's blinked, so now we're on mode 2. So mode 2 should go dim. So by the time I come back over here, it should be dim. You can see how the light looks over there with the dim setting. I'm going to walk over there and you can see how much brighter it gets. Yeah, that's pretty bright. Really like this motion detector on here. This thing's pretty nice. Here's everything that you get in the box. You get the light. Looks like it has a motion sensor on it, and then it looks like it's got 3 different light arrays with the LED lights. You get your instructions on how to put it together. You get the power module. This is the part that you wire into your outlet wiring for your lights. And then it's got a plug here that goes into the back of your light, and then it's got a gasket on here, and then it's also got the hardware to connect to your outlet outside. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. Okay, the first thing you want to do is turn the power off. When you wire it, the black wire is your line wire, so just connect that to the black wires on your outlet. The white wire is the neutral wire, and so connect that to the white wires on your outlet. And then the green and yellow is your ground, so connect that to the copper wire. And then you get a bracket right here. We'll put the bracket in to hold the base on. One thing to remember is make sure you put your gasket on before you do the wiring, because otherwise you'll have to unwire it to put the gasket on there. Okay, then once you get your bracket screwed in, you can bury all your wires underneath everything, and then you can go ahead and put this on. This does say up right there, so you want to flip it so that that's facing up. Okay, I got it installed. I had one issue. The included screw was a little bit too short because I have the stucco here, so this sticks out just a little bit too much. So I just had to put a little bit longer screw in there, but I just got the same size screw and then screwed it in. I just got one that's a little bit longer. And then it fit in there. And now it's on all nice and snug. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug the light in. I had one issue with that screw I put in there. It was a little too big to slide the light in, so I had to unscrew that and then slide the light into place and then screw this back in. So now I got it here, and then it's just a matter of just screwing this in right to here. Okay, I got this all screwed in, and then this has got a nice hinge on it. I can raise the hinge up here and kind of aim at any angle I want. These also move. And then I got all this plastic on here. Go ahead and get the plastic peeled off. I had to turn this sideways here to peel off the plastic, but then I realized how nice this is. I mean, look at that angle you can get on there. If you really want to get a good angle, so you can really adjust these just how you want them. All right, go ahead and turn the power on and then we'll see how it works. Okay, you can see my old light. I got my old lights turned on, but the new light won't come on until it gets dark. But since it's still a little bit bright out here, they're not going to come on unless you cover up the sensor. I think that's the sensor right there. Yeah, but these got really nice hinges on them, so you can adjust them to different angles. And then you can see how bright they get at the different angles, or you can just aim them all forward. Look how much light it puts out now. This is on full power, full brightness. Look at that. That's pretty bright. So yeah, if you're looking for a dusk till dawn that's also a motion sensor light and has 3 different settings on it, this is a pretty nice light. Really brights things up out here too on my back patio.